Shall we go in the living room?
Yes.
Please.
Thank you. Mrs. Torrance, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'm quite sure there's nothing physically wrong with Danny.
Yeah. He seems perfectly fine now, but you should have seen him.
I know, kids can scare you to death, but believe me, this kind of episodes with kids are not at all uncommon, and they look much worse than they are.
But what was the matter with him?
Mrs. Torrance, sometimes these episodes with kids are never explained. They're burned by emotional factors, and they rarely occur again. They're more akin to auto-hypnosis, a kind of self-induced trance. And if it reoccurs, which I doubt, you can always think about having some tests done. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Have you been in Boulder long, Mrs. Torrance?
About 3 months. We're from Vermont. My husband used to teach school there.
Did the appearance of Danny's imaginary friend,
Tony.
did Tony's first appearance happen to coincide with your arrival here?
No, I guess I first started to notice he was talking to Tony about the time we put him in nursery school.
Did he adjust well to school?
No, he didn't like it too much at first, and then he had an injury and we had to pull him out. And I guess that's about the time I started to notice he was talking to Tony.
What kind of injury did he have?
He dislocated his shoulder.
How did he manage to do that?
Well, it's just one of those things. Purely an accident. My husband had been drinking and he came home about 3 hours late, so he wasn't in the best of moods. And Danny had scattered some of his school papers around the floor, so my husband, grabbed him by the arm to pull him away from them. And it's the kind of thing you do 100 times at a park or on the streets. But this time he pulled him by the arm and used a little too much strength. And he injured Danny's arm. Anyway, something good did come out of it because he said, "Wendy, I am never going to touch another drop, and if I do, you can leave me." And he didn't. And he hasn't had any alcohol in 5 months.